Hi guys, how we doing? Phil Kent here, and just continuing with my own OLSP 50-day challenge that I set quite some time ago now. For those of you who've been living under a rock and don't know what I've been doing for the last 46 days now is actually what it is. I set myself my own 50-day challenge on one or two things that I had to do along with that. And one of the things was obviously doing a Facebook Live every single day. And we are now, believe it or not, on day 46 of 50. I've not missed a single day yet. And that's the idea of when you set yourself challenges, because, having that challenge in place gives you that accountability, gives you that consistency, kind of makes you do it on days when you may not do it and things like that. So I always recommend people to give yourself a challenge. It doesn't have to be a 50-day one like this. So I've done a 100-day one a few years ago. That was a marathon, but I did it again. I did every single day. But if you just start yourself off small, do a 10-day challenge and then maybe do a 30-day challenge, and you'll be surprised at what difference it makes, because it makes you actually do it when you set yourself that challenge. Because if you miss a day, obviously, then it's not quite the same. It's all gone wrong. The idea of making that challenge, it creates that momentum, it creates that routine, and creates that consistency, which is what it's all about. And especially when you're doing things like the Facebook on the lives, it gives you that algorithm boost as well, because it definitely helps, isn't it? There's no two ways about it. So today's subject, I don't know if we're going to have Ilse join us or not. She's very, very busy lately, and so we're getting towards the end of the challenge. A lot of people have been asking me, are you going to continue them? There's a high chance that I may well do. We're off away next week, so I'm not sure I'll do them from where we are, but who knows? Just have to wait and see, as they say. So today's subject, I entitled it Maintaining the Routine, something like that. I'm fairly sure it was called. Sometimes I actually forget the names. And it all sort of come about because back here in the UK, we've just had what's known as the bank holiday weekend. So we've had this with the Saturday, the Sunday and the Monday. And myself, I go to the gym first thing in the morning. When I get up around about 5 a.m. in the morning, our gym opens at 6 a.m. and I'm down there just before 6 and get there before it opens, and that's what I do. I do that about 4 times a week. The only day that I don't do it is on bank holiday Mondays, because it opens an hour later, and that doesn't really fit in with my morning indoors. So on yesterday, being the bank holiday Monday, I didn't go to the gym, so I had the Saturday, the Sunday and the Monday off. And what happened was, of course, this morning, because I'd had the 3-day break instead of the 2-day break I normally get, it was a little bit harder to get up and get motivated, but I sort of did push myself because I normally do a Monday, Tuesday, and a Thursday and a Friday, so there's a chance I may have tomorrow off, and I certainly didn't want to do that and miss the Tuesday as well, because that would have been like a 5-day break. And this is what happens. This is why it prompted the sort of story to today's live, because it's all about maintaining a routine. Because what happened was, it's very, very easy to sort of slip away and lose that routine, just by missing one day. So if you're not doing a challenge like this, for example, where you're trying to do a live every day, or you've got your you're trying to do something on a daily basis towards your sort of marketing or whatever you're doing to grow your business, and then you, for one reason or another, you decide, I'm not going to do that today, I'm going to leave it, I'll do that tomorrow. The procrastination starts to creep in. So straight away, you've lost that momentum, you've lost that part of the routine. And what happens then, it has this sort of knock-on effect. Okay, because then the following day, I missed it yesterday, so another day won't hurt, and then you miss it again, which is exactly what happened. So it was very sort of on point with what happened to me today. But I pushed myself to say, no, I've got to get up this morning, because I don't always go in on a Wednesday. I use that as one of my gym rest days. So I thought, there's a chance I may not go in tomorrow. So if I don't go tomorrow, I'll then miss Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So just by losing that one day, so I made sure I got up this morning and went. So I got back straight away into the rhythm of things. And that is why it's so crucial. I speak to people so many times, and I hammer home the point that you've got to have your daily consistent plan of action, and create that daily routine. Everybody has busy lives. We spoke about this on the live yesterday with Ilse when she was here, and everybody has a busy life in one way or another, whether they're stay at home like I look after my wife full time at home, whether you're busy working. I know some people that even work 2 jobs. I know people that work 16-hour days, so we're not saying anybody doesn't have a busy life, but you mold your daily routine around that anyway, because it doesn't matter how busy your day is. Everybody's got that structure of their day. They've got that structure of a routine which they mold around it. Okay, so that's exactly what the same you've got to do when you're doing your marketing, growing your business, because most people that come in, if we've touched on this before, most people that come in want to come in and grow their business. And the main reason they want to do that is because the average person is looking to replace their full-time income. So it's a massive goal they've got, which is great. I mean, goals are really good. But if you're going to slack off, if you're going to let the routine drop off and everything else, then guess what? It's not going to work. You're going to lose that momentum. Procrastination is going to kick in. You're going to lose that consistency, and it is literally like a domino effect. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do it if you had a proper part-time job or whatever, because it's no different. You've got to treat it in the same way. Okay, you've got to treat it in the same way, because if you picked up an extra little, say, part-time job to bring in a little bit of extra money, and you needed to be in there X days a week or every day of the week on a Monday to Friday or whatever the case may be, you would need to go to that job, because if you didn't, you would get paid, and it happened on a regular basis, then what's going to happen? You're going to lose that job. So it works the same way, it works the same way, and you've got to have that same mindset that, when the days are tough, when the days are tired and all the rest of it, and, don't lose that routine. So when you come back in, no matter how bad your day's been, find that in that an hour, maybe shoot a live video, get a couple of ads going, maybe watch a training or something. All these things are proactively going towards growing your business, and that's what it's all about. So that's what prompted the title of today. It's about maintaining that routine and keeping things going. Things have been a little bit quieter through this vacation period. Some people are still really busy with it, but results have been a little bit quieter, let's be honest. I mean, and this is probably the quietest time of the year. Some people say Christmas, and that is. I find the summer period is generally the quietest time of the year. You've got the kids off, schools all over. You got massive vacation times between, across end of July and throughout August. We have 6 weeks here. I also said over in Belgium, they have 8 weeks over there. I know it's similar vacation times over in the States and things like that. So it is a sort of holiday period, and it can be a little bit tougher going for some people. But that's the time to, like, if you look back at yesterday's video, as we touched on yesterday's live, that's the time to try new things. Maybe try a new traffic site out, try a new method out. Maybe do something that you haven't done before, get out your comfort zone. If you haven't done short videos, then maybe jump on and do some short video content, maybe make some reels and things like that. If you haven't made a video to post on YouTube, then do something like that, and maybe shoot a few Facebook lives. Anything different is just adding to what you're already doing, and then they're the times when you can have a little bit more time to try these new things, try these new programs, these traffic platforms, or whatever the case may be, and just try them out, and give them a good whirl, give them a good run for about 4 weeks or a month. Because it's not like joining a program and say, I'll give it a month and see how I get on. If you're trying out a traffic platform, it's a little bit different. You still got to do it for a good sort of 3-4 weeks, I would say. But by then, as long as you're active in that traffic platform, you're placing the ads, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing what you need to do, you're going to know over a good sort of 3 to 4 week period what sort of results you're getting back. You're not going to be able to properly monitor and judge the results over, say, 3 to 4 days. It's not going to happen. You've got to do it over 3 to 4 weeks. You can see if they're coming in, maybe test a few different ads out, maybe do a bit of split testing and things like that, track the leads, see where they're coming from, and then you can find out if it's performing. You could join maybe 2 or 3 different traffic platforms, maybe recommended traffic exchanges, anything like that, and give them a run, see where they go, and put a little bit of, invest into a little bit of the platform. Don't try and just do it as a free member, because generally you've got to be surfing for hours or trying to rack up some silly credits, and you're just not going to get the results back. Invest a little bit into the platform, and just so you're giving it a proper run. And they're the things that you need to be doing. It's all part of maintaining that routine, maintain that right momentum. Because, like I said, once you start losing it, and once that dreaded procrastination kicks in, which is quite easy, I'll do it tomorrow. I've missed a day, it won't hurt. Well, guess what? It does hurt, because one, it's going to hurt your results, and secondly, it's going to have a knock-on effect for what you do the rest of it. And I touched on that on my morning lives on the way back from the gym today. It's like when you go away on holiday, when you go away on vacation, when you come back, you got that dread, especially if you've got a full-time job or wherever to come back to, that dreaded part where you think, I've got to get up and get back to work. But guess what? You do it because you need to do it, because you need to go in and get paid, because that's your full-time job and that's what you need to be doing. Well, it's no different. The mindset has to be exactly the same. That's what it all comes down to. The mindset has to be the same. No, you're not clocking on and getting paid a set wage for growing your business. But if you're trying to, it's like any business, like it would be in the offline world. Yeah. If you're intent on growing your business to a level where you can seriously reduce your hours or give you a substantial second income, or, hopefully one day replace that full-time income, then you've got to work it. It's not going to just do it by itself. It's certainly not going to do it if you don't show up. So it's all about getting that mindset right, and and not letting that momentum drop off, because it's way, way too easy for that to happen. I've been doing it myself these last few weeks where things have been a little bit quieter. I maximize it. I think, right, great, I wanted to try a couple of traffic platforms out. So I went and done that, and I've put some money into those platforms. One of them is doing pretty well. One I'm not that interested in. One's sort of in the middle, but I'm letting them run for a while. I said one is doing okay, because they are what they are. They are traffic exchanges. But again, if you stay active in these people, I know some very good marketers that rely on these like almost 100%. They don't really do the sort of Facebook organic marketing stuff, but they're very active over on, mailing lists and safe lists and traffic exchange platforms. But they're good at what they do. And the main thing is what they're doing is they are consistent. They're working more. So they've got, banner ads, text ads, login ads, you name it, all these things that are getting eyeballs on your system. And where's your audience? It's very targeted, because it's full of people that are wanting to get eyeballs on their system, so they're seeing yours. So you're putting your offers or your program or whatever it may be in front of these people that are already in that industry. Yes, a lot of people are just looking to get some credit to get traffic, but it's like anything, especially those that are looking for something else. Maybe even the shiny object syndromes, although they're not the ideal person, because they'll generally just jump in and jump off. But a lot of people, they're quite often looking for something else. They're looking to add to their portfolio of income streams. And if you can present your program in a good way that stands out from other people, guess what? They're going to take a look. And that's where leads come in. And once the leads come in, you've got them in your autoresponder. You can follow up them. You can start connecting with them and grow it from there. And this is what it's all about. It doesn't matter. It's not about, a mass of leads. It's different traffic. It needs to be handled differently. But if you're not doing these things, if you haven't got this momentum, you haven't got this routine, it's not going to happen. So, and I have so many conversations all the time where people aren't maintaining that routine. They're not really doing enough, and if you're not doing enough, you're not going to get the results. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work it out. It really doesn't. So that's what I wanted to touch on today, is maintain that routine. And, you've got to develop it. You've got to develop it and try these platforms out, guys. Try these new things out. You should always be looking for ways that are going to improve your business or grow your business in some way, or get you more results, or whatever the case may be. If you're not looking out all the time and doing these things, then you're going to lose out. You should always be constantly looking and testing and changing things. Try a different page, try a different squeeze page, try a different landing page, try these platforms out, because they do add up. Some people say to me, "Oh, but how many leads do you get in from these?" I've had that asked before. How many leads do you get? Well, you don't sit and count every single one, but you do get them in. But let's just say you've got, 5 of these platforms, and between them you may get, say 2 leads a day, from each one. 2 leads a day. Once you've got all your ads up running, Well, that's 10 leads a day. That's 150 leads coming in to your autoresponders on a monthly basis, just from these traffic platforms, just by getting them set up. Numbers soon add up when you sort of multiply them across. And if you can scale these up where they're getting 5 leads a day from each of them, you can do the numbers yourself. And that's how you got to look at it. You got to look at the bigger picture, look at how it pans out over time. And that's what we say to so many people: if you've got 1 or 2 leads coming in here, 1 or 2 leads coming in here, 1 or 2 leads coming in here, they're all trickling in on a regular basis. They're coming into your autoresponder. You're following up with them. They get your email series. You can connect with them. Maybe they can then connect with you on Facebook and these things. But if you're not adding these to your portfolio, if you're not trying these platforms out and doing them properly and treating them as part of your business, then it's not going to work. And so many people just don't do enough. We're touching on this so many times and the reason we know this is because we speak to a lot of people, and when you ask them what they're actually doing, they're just not doing enough. So maintaining that routine is crucial. So it gave me a sort of thought for the day when I got up this morning, because I'd had that 3 days where I didn't go to the gym. It was all going to be so easy for me to say, I'll leave it today. But then tomorrow is normally the day when I don't go in, so there's a high chance I wouldn't have gone in tomorrow. So then instead of just missing, like I said, the Saturday, Sunday and the Monday, and going on the Tuesday, it would have been I'd miss the Saturday, the Sunday, the Monday. Then the Tuesday, I'd normally have Wednesday the rest of the gym. So all of a sudden you're on 5 days, and that is exactly the same things that would happen when you're doing it inside your business as well. And once you've got that part where it misses a day, or you think I'm going to leave it today, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it later, and then you don't do it because the procrastination's kicked in, and you get the next day and you had another bad day at work, or you had a day where you're busy around, you're not quite getting around to things because you missed it the day before. Your negative mindset comes in. Oh, well, I missed it yesterday. Another day won't hurt. That's what happens. That's the psychology that kicks in. And then the next thing you know, you've lost 2 days of routine. That's 2 days of content. That's 2 days of placing ads or whatever it may be, and it quickly snowballs and it snowballs down. You've got to be constantly feeding what you're doing and growing your business and doing something to actively grow your business, and don't lose the routine. You've got to be consistent. And those that aren't the consistent ones are the ones that tend to drop off easily. They end up just scrolling down a Facebook feed instead and sitting there for 2 hours, scrolling up the timeline, scrolling down a feed, looking at pictures of cats and dogs and breakfast and dinners, and the time is easily lost. Distraction is a massive factor in this industry. If you get too distracted, your time will go in a heartbeat. It really will. You're going to lose 2 hours so quickly, and you won't have done anything. So it is a case of maintaining that routine, maintaining that consistency, and don't letting it drop off. Just decide what you're going to do across the day. 4 or 5 positive things that you're going to do. Well, I'm going to do a post on Facebook this morning. I'm going to do a live. I'm going to put out a Facebook reel at least, and I'll share that to Instagram and YouTube Shorts or whatever. I'll take a snippet of that, maybe add that to my story. This afternoon I might do another post. I'm going to go in on some traffic exchanges and platforms that I'm using. I'm going to make sure I do make sure all my banners and text ads and that are running. I'll see if I can invest in some login ads and some full paid surf ads and get those out there running. Maybe I'll invest in a little bit of traffic. I'll see somebody advertising a new traffic provider. Looks like it might be quite good. I'm going to go take a look at that and maybe just invest a little bit in that, try that out, see it goes, and have all these things written out. You don't have to do it all in one massive sort of half-hour block at the start of the day, because it's almost not possible. But if you've got these things set out, you think, right, this is what I'm going to do across the day, dump, and that's what you do. And I know that in the evening, I'm sort of relaxing a bit more. That's the time when I'll not normally post up a Facebook reel. I'll get onto CapCut, I'll grab a template, I'll either use one that I like and just download it and post it, or I'll add maybe my own images to it and I'll download it and post it. I'll post that as a reel. I'll copy that over and share that over to Instagram, maybe use Clapper, maybe use YouTube Shorts as well. The next thing, bump, that's out there. One that I did the day before yesterday. By the morning, I'm posting these about 9 o'clock in the evening, my time. One I did the day before yesterday. By the morning, it already got over 900 views. It went over 1,000 yesterday. You know, is it bringing a snowball of leads and sales? No, but that's 1,000 people that have seen your video and your content, and with a call to action saying, go check out the link in my bio, whatever it may be. And it's just numbers. If you get another lower one that gets just 200, 300, it's still numbers. You multiply that over a 30-day period, the numbers are insane, you know. And it's all these little bits and pieces, all these little things that you're doing. You constantly put yourself out, putting the content out, and maintaining that routine. So that's what it's all about. That was what all today's live video is all about. Hope it makes sense. Hope you got some value from it. And a lot of people watch these back later on, which is great as well, because somebody catches the replay and I get messages about it, which is great stuff. So I'm doing what I'm doing. This is my time. It suits me to do my Facebook Live now, 2 p.m. UK time. Thanks for watching. It's gone just over 20 minutes when I'm on my own. If nothing else is happening, no comments coming in, I'm going to wrap it up just over the 20-minute mark. So thanks for watching, guys, whenever you're watching it. What are we doing today? Have a great day, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's video. And don't forget what I said, yeah, take some action and maintain that routine. Thanks for watching. Have a good day now, and I'll catch you on the next live video, of course. So cheers and bye now.